Hi, this is a video on how to simplify square roots that have a negative in the radicand. Now, we know that there is no real solution to this square root because there are no two identical numbers whose product is -4, right? Because 2 times 2 is +4. -2 times -2 is -4. So what we're going to do is we're going to simplify this first by making this a product of the square root of -1 and the square root of 4. Now we already know the square root of 4 simplifies to equal 2. And we learned in class that the square root of -1, we know it doesn't exist as a real number, but it does exist as the imaginary number I. Then we rewrite this as 2I. That's how we do it. Here's another one. Let's say we had to simplify the square root of -45. Now, the negative number means that we are going to have to write negative square root of -1 as part of our product. And then we know that 45 can be rewritten as 9 times 5. So root 45 can be rewritten as the square root of 9 times the square root of 5. Notice that square root of -1 times square root of 9 times square root of 5 all equal our original square root, which is square root of -45. So mathematically, everything is still equivalent here. And then we just simplify each part. And the square root of -1 is I. That's a known fact. Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 5 is an irrational number. So we just keep it as square root of 5. Then we rewrite this as 3I square root of 5. Okay, it goes integer, imaginary, irrational. Okay, let's try one more. And for our next example, we'll do the square root of -153. So we know we're going to rewrite this with a square root of -1. And then 153, I wonder if that simplifies. And what I could do is I can use the factor tree approach if I'd like. And so I would do 153. Well, this is going to be divisible by 3 because 1 plus 5 plus 3 equals 9, which is divisible by 3. 3 goes into 15 5 times. And 3 goes into 3 1 time. So this could be rewritten as 3 times 51. 51 is also divisible by 3 because 5 plus 1 is 6. That's a 3. 3 goes into 5 1 time. 3 goes into 21 7 times. So 51 becomes 3 times 17. So 153 can be written as 3 times 3 times 17. 3 times 3 is 9. Sorry about that. We could rewrite 153 as square root 9 times square root 17. So let's come back up here. I'm writing my perfect square first, square root 9, square root 17. I also want to point out that since 1 plus 5 plus 3 equals 9, I could have just started by doing 153 divided by 9. That would have been faster, but I wanted to show you factor tree. Okay, now back to the simplifying. The square root of -1 is I, the imaginary number. The square root of 9 is 3. And the square root of 17 is an irrational number, so it will stay square root of 17. And then we always rewrite this with the integer, the imaginary, and then the irrational. And that's my simplified answer. All right, I hope this video was helpful. Sorry for the errors. It's a one take video. So, you get what you pay for.